Action.
Hello, WHSAD. We're here with Lisa Bloodgood, Director of Advocacy Education at the Newtown Creek Alliance, and today we're going to talk about the work we're doing outside of the school. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Silas?
Doing pretty good.
All right. Hi, WHSAD.
Amelia Velez, sophomore of WHSAD, and I'll help conduct this interview.
I'm Britney Carryl, a freshman at WHSAD, and I will be helping also.
Okay, great. So what questions do you guys have for me today?
While working in this garden, what did you feel was important about working with the students?
Well, that's a really good question, and I think there's probably a lot of different answers. But when we're working with students, a big part of the reason why we like to do that work is so, of course, you guys learn from the experience, and we get to interact, and you guys now know of our nonprofit and the work that we do, and we not only are there protecting the waterway and advocating for the waterway, but building places like this for the betterment of ecosystems in our community, kind of in the surroundings of the waterway as well. So, working with students, we get to meet you guys, interact, learn from each other, and hopefully you guys get a lot out of the experience.
The plants. The plants are really pretty, but I want to know the purpose and the importance.
Yeah,
So,
that's a great question. So all of these plants were chosen in part for their beauty, but also a big part of why we chose each and every one of these plants is because they're native to the area. So that means they evolved in the Northeast, and so they're specifically designed to handle the climate here and be supportive to the ecosystems that are indigenous to New York and to the mid-Atlantic seaboard. So all of these plants have relationships with insects and microbes and birds, and they're really supportive for our local ecosystems. And I'll probably say ecosystems a lot in this conversation, because that's a lot of what this is about. So not only are they native to this area, but they're also, we selected plants that can handle drought and the seasonal fluctuations and changes in weather. And all of these are flowering perennials as well. So perennial means they come back year after year, so you don't have to keep planting new plants. And then flowering is if you look, you'll get flowers in April all the way through November, and that supports pollinators pretty much through their whole season.
It looks really nice. I remember walking past this all the time on my way to school, and it kind of felt like a waste of space because I never saw anybody back here.
Right.
And how did you guys end up working with our school to get this garden up and going?
Well, you guys have a really special school. I love WHSAD. I've been working with WHSAD and a lot of the teachers and administration here for a really long time. And I think it was like 10 years ago or something, we worked together on, taking care of the street trees surrounding the school. So that's just to say that your school has always kind of wanted to do projects like this, and we've been able to work with you guys a couple of times. And in 2019, a lot of the seniors in that school year, they came and helped us plant a pollinator pathway that we have in North Greenpoint. So we've kind of been working with you guys doing projects like this for a long time, and then we saw this opportunity to get funding to build something here and was like, well, of course, let's put a garden in the school. And I agree, it was such a waste of space. It was lifeless in here. You didn't even see, you only saw like the occasional rat, right? And that's not a good thing. But now you're gonna see a lot more life here. So yeah.
I agree. I come up from the D train in the morning, so I always just see either garbage or just a lot of dirt in here. So it's a nice change of scenery.
Yeah.
But how do you think WHSAD's partnership with Newtown Creek Alliance will continue to grow?
Well, I hope we keep doing projects together every year. I know we're trying to develop a youth internship program. Hopefully that'll happen next year. And so, as an organization and as an environmental nonprofit, working with people like you, young people, is the most important thing, because you guys, obviously, you probably hear this all the time, but you're the future. And so when you guys are working with groups like us, maybe you can see yourselves in a career in environmental science or in an environmental field, which is enormously important. We want all of you guys to work in the environmental field. Well, I know that's not for everybody, but we're hoping to influence you. So, I don't know, I see our relationship going long into the future and developing into something more.
What future do you see for this garden?
What's that?
What future do you see for this garden?
The future for the garden? Well, it's all this is just the very first couple of weeks of this garden. So it's gonna fill in, it's gonna get a lot bigger and a lot more lush. I think where we're sitting right now will be a future, hopefully a teaching area where you guys have classes out here more regularly. And I know your custodian wants to do a raised bed food garden right behind where the camera is. So I think that this space will continue to grow and evolve and become more integrated into the school community. And also, there's a middle school around the corner, 577, that a lot of those students end up coming to WHSAD. And so we're kind of hoping that we can, through this garden, and they want to develop a garden as well, bring even more schools and more community into the space too.
When we were working all together in the garden, I didn't get much time to really talk to any of you guys about this, but it was something that kind of hit me. Because of the whole COVID-19, were you guys able to do this at all recently? How often have you been doing this since then?
Well, during COVID, our work in the community didn't stop, and we actually built a couple of gardens, 2 in Long Island City, 1 at another school, and 1 just in this long median in the middle of the road. And so we've done 3 gardens, but we've also been just working on our other green spaces that we take care of. So we in all take care of about an acre's worth of green spaces, and they're all small and different places. But yeah, it hasn't stopped, and it's just great now that I can be in close contact with you, and things are opening up again. But we didn't stop working at all during COVID.
It was so weird for me because after we had finished the garden, I kind of had this moment of reflection where it's for most of the senior year, I was just home and I wasn't seeing anybody, and now I'm just here with all my peers and my teachers, and it just, for a moment, it kind of felt like everything was back to normal, and it just, I don't know about you guys, but it kind of gave me I needed that. It was a little bit of therapy for me, being able to do this with my friends, even though I have never gardened before, but it was really good.
Well, projects like this are a great way to get everybody together. And even if you've never gardened before, or even if you'll never garden again, it's still we all got together and did this together, and that's a really nice thing.
Gardening is something that's very special to me, because I used to do it a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
But it was really great because I'm an only child, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
really am kind of alone at the house sometimes because of COVID. So it was great to just kind of meet new people. Because
That's great.
even though I'm sure the freshmen had it more since we didn't really get a chance to meet anyone, we got kind of cut off half the year too. So we're not very familiar with each other, even if we did meet each other for part of the year.
Right.
So that was a really nice networking experience.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I didn't even realize that was that's what you guys were going through. That's good to know. It makes me like this garden even more.
I also enjoyed working on this project. Before, when I was a kid, I used to help my mom print vegetables. It was really fun, and it really brought back all memories of it. So yeah.
That's the best. Well, Well, I hope to garden with you guys, especially you two. You're graduating. See you later. But you guys are going to be here, so hopefully we get to garden together. And I'm sure you can come back and garden with them.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to come back once in a while.
Awesome.
I
That's
hope
great.
you can come back too frequently and see the garden progress.
I
And the
am
vegetables.
always available to come work with you guys, no matter what. So definitely. And now you have my card. You know how to contact me. So, I won't be a stranger.